Knowing how to speak to and with your cat can be a bit confusing at first, especially if you're a first-time cat owner. Do I talk to my cat like I would my friend? Have a chat like I would with my neighbor? Do words really matter, or is it vocal tone? Is that just the most important thing? And my body, my posture, should I use my hands a lot? Should I point, give directions and instructions with my hands? Should I ignore those meows, or should I meow right back? Yeah, as you can tell, it can be easy to overthink things just a bit. In this video, I'll give you the conversation skills that you'll need to succeed and increase that bond of love and trust with your feline friend. Interesting topic, a bit of a fun topic, and as always, I've got you covered. Stay tuned. Before I do jump in, pause first. With the tricks of the trade, it's always important to keep things very simple. If you can, you're talking to a cat and reading your pet's cues. You're not trying to reinvent the wheel. By keeping things loose and easy, you can relate to your cat much better and do it all while hopefully staying, stress-free. The first point I'd like to touch on today involves your voice. Your vocal presence, outside of how you smell, the power of your scent, your voice is your calling card. How you sound carries far more weight than really what you say. And when conversing with your cat and getting them to understand what you're trying to convey, it's always important to match the moment, just like you would when speaking to a person. Example, if you were to discipline a child and send them to their room, you're probably not going to have a belly laugh while doing so. You're going to use a stern voice, a deeper tone for emphasis. And on the flip side, during those happy times, you're not going to display a voice of aggression. With your cat, the same pretty much applies. The goal here is to create a baseline of expectation, a foundation of expectation. Always make sure that how you say whatever your message is verbalized properly. It takes two in order to have a true conversation, and your cat has to learn from you just like you have to learn from your cat. And voice, it all starts with pitch and tone and being able to match that moment. When it comes to your cat and those meows, well, your pet will also display various tones and pitches, just like you. It's important from as early as possible during ownership to pick up on your cat's vocal cues. Not all meows are created equal. Some will be done out of affection, and some will be simple requests, while others, well, that'll be a bit angry and demanding. Even yowls out of pain and discomfort, unfortunately. In order to have better conversation skills, it's important to recognize that, for example, let's say a quick meow, a single meow, that's just a general vocalization, more or less just a one-off, if you will. A string of meows sounding mellow in tone and pitch, this is usually an effort to just say hello, to give you a nice warm greeting, sort of like a handshake with their meows, with their voice. Elevated pitch, those are typically signs of a request. I need food, water, request to clean that litter box. Meows that are deeper and seem vocally strained, a bit elongated. Now we're in the demanding stage. If you didn't supply that fresh food and water or take care of that litter box, your cat's tone will change, and those simple meows will now be longer, a bit more drawn out. And finally, if your cat is both disappointed and frustrated, those longer meows will become loud, almost like cries for help. Similar to yowls, this vocalization is a sign of urgency and goes far beyond a casual request. Now, with respect to your casual day-to-day, most cats from kittenhood through adulthood will greet you with those mild-mannered meows. The stereotypical meows, let's call it. Hello, nice to see you, nothing more, nothing less. When people talk about feline vocalization and how a cat, your cat, someone else's cat, any cat, how they sound, this is what is usually being talked about in this area. Your cat's baseline meow, the standard form of communication. And being that we are, in fact, senior cat wellness, it's not uncommon for elderly felines to change that baseline. Some once talkative cats can become quiet, almost picking and choosing when to meow as they age. And on the flip side, a once silent cat could become, with age, more vocal and more needy. Learning your cat's baseline, that kitten through adulthood baseline, is very key. Why? Well, your attention will be in short order. When your cat sounds a bit different, When you know the normal, you'll be keen to anything that sounds a bit off. If you're keen, you'll be more likely to respond. Your cat will be speaking to you, and you'll know all the words. This will hopefully lead to a positive resolution and return your cat to a happy and content baseline. Voice. Your cat learns you and you learn them. Being on the same page, both ways, can open up many doors when it comes to having a good conversation. In the introduction, I mentioned your body, the way you move, what you do with your hands. It's all very important because when mixed with your voice, using your voice to match the moment, how you respond physically can help your cat all the more to get on the same page with you. Don't be afraid to point. That index finger can be a learning tool, a powerful tool of communication. If your cat is on the table, rather than being angry and yelling, be the gentle enforcer. Use that stern voice your pet has come to know when something negative is unfolding, and use that index finger as a point of authority. Get down, you say. Point to the floor. Over time, this body posture will carry weight. There will be an association made. And in future conversations like that one, your cat will know what you're saying and know that you mean business. And always remember, there's an art to quality communication, and one of those doors that it opens is being able to express your displeasure without placing your cat in fear. The ability to get your point across without your cat losing respect for you. When you're on the same page with communication and understanding, you can walk that high wire with great confidence as an owner. And oh yeah, if your cat does what you want, responding to that index finger and jumping down from that table, some treats and some pets, some petting, that's in order. Always reinforce the positive. I say that quite often here on the channel if you are a regular viewer. At any rate, let's move on to your eyes. So this could be a make it or break it. Give your cat eye contact, but just a glance. Never lock on. Cats don't like to be stared at. They view it as a sign of aggression and intimidation. Just look and perhaps give a blink and see if your cat gives a blink right back. If so, in that moment, that's a message. A friendly gesture of here again, being content and being on the same page. Couple those blinks with your voice, the calm and peaceful voice they've come to expect. When all is right with the world, this could lead to a nice cuddle session or even a play session, depending on your cat's mood. Whatever you do with your body, always make it mean something, especially if you're trying to deliver a message to your pet. When you use your body, your arms, and your hands to convey a message, coupled with your vocal tone, always be consistent. Never confuse your cat. It goes back to sending a child to their room while you're laughing, right? That's a confusing one. Giving a stern warning to your cat, index finger and all, while having a bit of a cuddle session at the same time. Yeah, that's a head scratcher for your cat, and it's not flea related. In all that you do, both vocally and with your gestures, remain consistent in your actions. When you really think about things as you listen to this video and watch the pictures and images and the footage, perhaps it probably sounds much tougher than it really is. But I'll put it to you like this: if you know how to properly conduct yourself around your family, your friends, and total strangers, this will be easy, sort of like running a hot knife through, let's say, Jello. From personal experience, and I know many of you do enjoy my personal stories, you know what I did to get on the same page with my cats, to have those good conversations? I didn't really change a thing. Didn't change my overall personality. Now, voice, sure. I think most of us probably talk to cats and really all animals like we're talking to children, right? That baby talk, it's fair to say that most of us probably do it. And we adjust that baby talk to something more adult and serious when we're attempting to make a point, to enforce certain behaviors, or rather to end a certain unwanted behaviors. But overall, who are you? Just who are you? Who are you? Are you being yourself? You didn't change the core of how you act, and just don't do it for your pet. Just be yourself. For me, my cats were able to understand me and what I expected from them from simple observation. They know my baseline. They know how I talk to them when all is right with the world. When I'm happy and when I'm happy with them, they know what that looks like, what it sounds like. Most of the time, just the sound of my voice will get them purring. Why? Well, it's a voice they know, a voice they trust, a voice of comfort. As a cat owner, your goal is to simply get a feel for your cat's personality and how they behave and respond during specific situations, good and bad. Once you understand those cues, the cues they give off, you'll be able to act accordingly based on your pet's wants and needs in any given moment. Before I close things out, there's nothing wrong with affirmation. If your cat gives you a friendly meow, respond. Sometimes I'll just say, yeah, I hear you. Affirmation. Just a couple of words in response to the meow or meows. Just a way of letting my cats know that, hey, I hear you. Hello to you too. Longtime cat owners back me up on this one. Sometimes cats, they really don't want or need a thing. They just want some level of really acknowledgement. That's why it's important to always speak to your cat when they speak to you, because sometimes all they're really after is good conversation. A way for them to know that those meows, they're not just falling into the void. Learn from your cat, allow them to learn from you. Take it day by day and allow the best version of who you are to take center stage. In the same way that you'd make a new friend out here in the world, let your positive qualities shine for your pet. Before too long, you'll be having a conversation with your cat, even if neither of you is really saying a thing. And perhaps, just perhaps, that's the biggest secret of all when it comes to this topic. You can be on the same page with Garfield while you're both just happily sitting in silence. To the audience of Senior Cat Wellness, what are your thoughts when it comes to the topic of growing the bond of conversation with your cat? Are you able to read your cat's wants and needs like a book? Is your pet no longer a mystery thanks to years of ownership and positive interactions, or are things a bit tough? Does it sometimes take hours or even days for you to understand what your cat really wants and what they really mean? And on the flip side, does your cat have trouble following your cues and understanding what you want and what you mean? Your stories, your thoughts, your advice to others within the community. The comment section, as always, it's all yours. And if you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And until next time, thank you so very much for watching, and I will talk to you later.